Good morning. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Association to this intermediate training session. First, in this session, in this session, first I would like to discuss some practical end games and then some interesting middle game flights, middle game positions from top flight chess. Then, if the time permits, we will go to analyze the yesterday's evening game or afternoon game. Hello, Swankar. Hello, Birabhadra. Good morning. So, as I told you, I have done enough of pawn ending. Let us do some knight and pawn ending. Then I will go to bishop and pawn on opposite color, bishop, etc. Let us see this position white to play. White has only winning chance. How should white continue? Hello, Krishnat Shah. Suvankar says king d5. That's the correct move because you cannot push g7. Knight fork is there. So, perfectly played. King d5. Immediately pawn b6 is also not working. Now pawn push of course is a blunder. Even if you play b6, it is not working because the king will come to d6. So king d5 correct move. And black plays here knight into. Of course, the threat of f6, sorry g7 is too much. So only you have to take it. Now is a critical moment. How do you handle the game? The next move is forced b6. What to do now? Suresh Bhai Chavda, good morning. Playing good moves is very important and you have to be very accurate in your execution. Hmm. What would you do now? Perfect. The point is the natural king d6 is not working. King d6 is a bad move. So, perfect move. You have to go via e6 only. Now, if you play bad move king d6, then black will have counterplay. And now, check and draw. If you play king, I will give check only. Not take the pawn, of course. Not taking pawn, but I will give check. No, no progress of the for white. So this is the position. Correct move king e6. Check or you play whatever. Now Zugzwan. Zugzwan. The knight must leave from that square. Now pawn push and it's lost. Check. No defense. So execution has to be very correct. Okay. So let's go some knight ending and few more. Now I have told you that minor piece against pawns. Normally, three pawns against a bishop or knight. It is if the pawns are not advanced, then knight can hold, draw, or the bishop can hold. If the pawns are, I mean, second, third, fourth, it is a draw. Imagine pawn on e7, f6, g5. This will draw. But the pawns are advanced, and also white king is also not in a good shape. So three pawns normally it is a draw, but if the pawns are advanced, definitely it will win. And the defense of the knight is based on if you can blockade in one of the square, but it is unable to come because the white king is far away. So this should win for black, but how should black continue? It is better to come king g5. It is better not king f6 because you want to penetrate. King g5 is the best. Of course, you are not throwing away the win, but why we have to come sooner or later? And now Ponpus wins. Here this is winning easily. Even here f4 also is okay. Even f4 is also okay. Now if you play nd6 is not working because of e3. Now you cannot push f4, but e3 should win. And now check. It is pawns are coming now. This is very easily coming. Okay. So this is winning easily. So in the game he plays ne7. Check. Now it is very easy win. You have a quick win with king g4 and should win the game very fast. There is no check now. Now he comes pawn push. There is no chance, no check for next two moves, and pawn e2 is coming. So lost. So this is a simple thing. Please make a note that three pawns versus knight or bishop. If the pawns are not advanced, it is a draw. But the pawns are advanced, the pawn side has better chance. All right. This is a tricky endgame. This is very tricky. I mean, this is black to play. How should black play? Black is winning. There is a theme involved in this position. There is a theme is involved. Hmm. Hmm. So what is how should black win the game? I give you good 2 minutes more because there is an interesting theme involved. It is distractive. King e7. So you want to play king e7. Okay, I will play king e7. And now white will play king. Waiting, nothing better than that. So what is the achievement for white? Black cannot attack the knight because of a fork. King d6 will run to a fork. If you king d6, knight fork is there. So what black is going to do? Welcome Prince Gandhi. One day he will be King Gandhi. Yes. Okay. I must tell you the theme. The theme is at the moment it is black to play. I told you knight and pawn ending in many respects are similar to king pawn ending, like an outside pass pawn, like a triangulation, obstruction. So here the point is of triangulation. Suppose white to play, white is in zugzwang. For example, now white to play, white knight cannot move. He has to play knight a4, then king e6 will enter. If you play knight e4, then king e6. Suppose you play now white to play, white is in zugzwang. Knight a4, king e6, king d5. That means and king cannot move also. King f5. If king moves, king f5. That means we have to bring the same position with white to play. So what you need is a triangulation. A triangulation. Yes, prince is correct. Rotate. So a triangulation. King is 7 correct. So he will play king. Now king f7. He has nothing better than king to f4. But then same position we started. But this time it is white to play. White is in zugzwang. White is in zugzwang now. No king move. Only knight move. So he will give a knight check. King. Now knight. You cannot play knight c5. King coming. So this. The point is still white king cannot make progress. Suppose black king cannot come to d6. Knight fork. So the route is you have to come like this, and then attack. Then come attack and then win. So you have to make king e7. Since you cannot come to king d6, it's a bad square, and knight is watching these two squares. That means the king route is e7. Anyway, they are connected pawns, so white has to wait only, nothing better. White has to wait, nothing better. King, not a good idea to play king to where c6. Okay, comes king c5. Now the king can take because the pawn is under watch. Now king can take the pawn because if you push the pawn, I will attack. So king takes pawn. Now the point is, if you push the pawn, king h4, and you push the pawn, knight into g2, knight can stop that pawn. So good move, king. You are forced to take the knight into pawn because knight going to other side, simply the g pawn will queen. Suppose you go other side, knight coming, king c3, knight coming, then this is just rushing. So you have to take. Or take. This is winning also. This is winning. So he gives a check. No check for 2-3 moves and lost because after king into pawn, he will start pushing. Knight is a bad defender against rook pawn. Knight is a bad defender. Of course, if the knight is around here, it is a draw. Suppose your knight on a2, a3, it is a draw. But you cannot reach. So please make a note of this theme, that knight and pawn ending also, like many times like king pawn ending. When there is a triangulation required, pass the move to opponent. When there is, outside pass pawn is there. And there are some typical features. You can mate with the knight against rook pawn. All right. Normally, four pawns normally will win, but there is a difference here. The black king is far away. Suppose anywhere here, this is overwhelming. But the black king is cut off from the pawns. However, four pawns are four pawns. So here, black should win the game. Please find out. Of course, first move is natural. You should not go to king b6, allow a check. So natural move. If you play king b7, this is bad. This is bad. And then pawn is gone. Pawn f5, knight check, knight into pawn, picking up two pawns. So you have to be careful with the knight. So king f5, no check position for 2-3 moves. Push, push. Now no problem. King, knight into pawn, then h3. Now the position is still not easy. If the black king on the king side, it is winning, but it is far away. So still a lot of work has to be done. Hello, dekh vaidya, kanak dekh vaidya, akshar jhala. Now, natural move, he plays king. What else you will do? The pawn is coming to h2. Pawn is coming to h2. So, you have to play, stop the pawn. Only move. How should white play? It's not that easy. Not that easy. Samdani and Samdani, brothers and sisters, welcome. There is a theme here. Of course, natural move. Of course, king c3. This is natural. And he plays this. And now, the point is, the position here, it is, now look at the diagram. Look at the diagram very carefully. Now this position, it is white to play. We should get this position with the reverse color, black to play. Now note the diagram. We have to get triangulation. King, king e2. Diagram is same, but it is white to play. Zugzwang. It is a zugzwang now. Because after king move, you can play pawn f3 check. No, I don't think so. You can give this check. Now queen, and now take, and now this is a very easy winning endgame. So here the point is that zugzwang, same diagram, but white to play, white is in zugzwang. Black to play, he will just triangulate the position and pass the move. Zugzwang. Now queen, and now winning the easily king and pawn endgame. Hello, yeah, Panchal. So triangulation is a theme not only in king pawn endgame, it is also in knight pawn endgame. Mostly, not on other endings, but sometimes in queen ending. This is also a tricky endgame. There are two themes are involved. There are two themes. The position is white to play. White knight is attacked. White will play nc1. Okay, what black should do? Black should try to attack. King c3, kb2. So there is nothing to think much. So king c3. White to play now. White to play. How should white play now? King E3 is winning. In the actual game, unfortunately, white played the bad king E4. King E4 draw. Psychologically, you want to approach the pawn. Psychologically, you want to approach the pawn. So, the correct move is king E3. This is wrong. After king E4, it's a draw, unfortunately. That is what happened in the actual game. These are all practical end games. So, he played king E4. अब draw हो गया. The draw is achieved very clear. And now king. So, take. He will come. Now push. He will come. King. And now this is a common rook pawn. I will not allow the king. The king goes, rook goes. The king goes, king. The king goes, king. Then this is draw. I will not allow. So this is a simple thing, abstraction. Now pawn a3 and it is I will abstract the king and draw. However, Suvankar's king e3 is winning. King e3 is winning. Now same thing does not work. King e3 wins. Now he gets knight. The point is, I told you that rook pawn, if the king is cornered, he will get checkmate. The idea, the psychologically a player will not give the pawn. So king a3 now it looks like a zugzwang, but this is winning. You have to play now king here. Now zugzwang. Or you come for the pawn. This is winning because now you cannot come. The king will approach. You will not have the same obstruction. You will not have the same obstruction now. Now king takes push. This is are I think I should come here. I should not push the pawn. And now king here, pawn push wins. He cannot obstruct. And king here, I will take. I will take. So this is the winning move. King here wins. And now suppose you go for the pawn. Suppose here instead of that, no. King e3. Suppose you go for the pawn. Now this is winning. And now mate. King coming to c2 and now knight c1 and pawn push and mate. So a player has to make a note of that mating possibility against a rook pawn, and also you have to make sure that there is no obstruction. King e3 was doing both the jobs. Very well played, Subankar. Not easy because these are natural moves. A player will make all natural moves. Okay. White to black to play and win. Black is British Grandmaster Stuart Conquest. I think he was an IM by that time. He was an IM, and Moore is a GM. So black to play and win the game now. Very good. Knight d5. The point is Now pawn cannot push, knight will come. And king cannot go to e6, knight fork. And it is winning. You cannot play knight fork and you cannot stop. You cannot come, knight f6 will win. Knight coming winning. So you have to take, but that queen and same skewer. This is the point of the knight sacrifice. Skewer, skewer. Okay. All right. So instead of playing this move, instead of playing this, he played bad move. But it was deep time trouble. You can understand in time trouble these errors. So now queens and draw. It should be draw. It should draw. But white lost one time. This is a drawn position. No win. So unfortunately, he missed the correct move, but anyway he won on time. Okay. This position is very tricky and instructive. What is the winning method for? What is actually, I am not saying win, white to play. What is the result? What is the result? Both have. This is a pass pawn on 6th rank and this is also a pass pawn. What is happening here? I mean, can white save the game? Or is it black is winning? Is it a draw or is it a win for black? I have shown this theme with reverse color. I have shown you this position with reverse color where, okay, let's see what you are doing. Now it is white to play. Hello, Tanmay Azmera. Subankar says king g2. Subankar says not leave g2 and s2 draw. No, no, it is not the math. This is not the theme. Subankar, idea is correct, but this is not the theme. Black can force the matter because he can as a knight has a tempo. Knight can always save a tempo. So there is a different theme here. Knight can move. Suppose king has 2, he will play kg4, kg2, knight comes, then pawn push, then king slowly will enter. The theme is an interesting one. For example, you go king, you will enter, you go king, you will give a check, you go king, and now black will play this. So you have to leave the square. King has to g2, you cannot maintain. This will continue. What will you do now? What is the result? Is it a white draw? Is it all black winning? Okay, all right. Welcome, Adi Jain. The correct move, King G1. King H1 loses. This loses. This is draw. What is the difference? That pawn should not come at tempo. I mean, the pawn should not advance with a check. This is the whole point. For example, if you play this bad King H1, King, now you are forced to come, then the check is coming. That one tempo decides. One tempo. The check will come and it will get mated. Because now you have three moves. The knight can move on two square by that time. So just coming here winning. Checkmate. That is the one. That the king should not, pawn should not be allowed to come seventh rank with a check. So after the move, king g1, now king, or you play king here, it is not fruitful. Now knight, suppose you play king, no problem. The pawn cannot come. Now if you go, the knight goes far away. The knight is not close to center. Now I will allow the check. Now the knight is far away to reach f2. Far away. So you cannot do. I will push the pawn. You come here. You come here. It is not able to reach. Not able to reach. Stalemate also. So the whole point is the correct move here. It's a draw. Knight, king, king. No check. No check. You go far away. I will allow the check. Then I allow check. Draw. So the whole point is in the given position, the king g1 draw. King h1 loses. Okay. King g1 then draw. King h1 loses the game. Okay. I hope you understand the theme. Moving forward, next. This is a very interesting concept. Now, And outside passed pawn keeps our knight busy. Now this is just rolling. So you cannot concentrate on this side. How to win this game? How white will win? Swayam Das, welcome. So Suvankar wants to make king f7. So there is nothing better for black. He will start pushing. Hello Tirtha Saha. So Suvankar knight check. Move is forced. There is nothing to consider. So how will you make progress? King h7. Hello Madhav chess. Madhav Vora, welcome. Suvankar says knight e5. Madhav says knight c8. Vinith says knight c8. Knight h8. No. Knight h8, nothing. King into h8. So here, here, this is the correct move. This is nothing, no achievement. You play here, I am going to come. No achievement. अभी आपको ये पॉन पुश करना है. ये कितना मूव है? You have to push the pawn, move the knight, move the king and mate. Pawn push, knight d7 or whatever, king f8. No time. चार पांच मूव टाइम नहीं है, तीन मूव में क्वीन हो रहा है. So the correct move is knight d5. This is the right. Push, check. The point is, knight is in center, ideally placed, perfect place. You go king, he will play win. King f8 and mate. Checkmate. So he will not go king to down. He will come up. But now the point is, the pawn is lost. So all you need to watch this square. Either knight should come to one of the squares. The knight should come one of the squares. And you have a deadly check. Check. Now knight comes. Enough. Just in time. Just in time. Now you play king here. I have a perfect waiting. Zugzwang. So naturally, you see, the power of peace. You should not underestimate the power of peace in endgame. No, this is just winning. So of course, you need to find the plan. You need to find the plan. Suppose you come waiting. Suppose you come to retreat. Here it's a draw. You come here. Here it's a draw. No win. So this is the correct plan. Now knight check. Now you cannot go down. It will lead to mate. After the move, king h8 is a mate in two. So only move. Now there is a lovely check and come and just in time winning. Very well played, Subankar. Let's see, check it out. Now this position, it is white to play. I mean, white has a piece, but there is a good chance that black will exchange the pawn or take the pawn. So white to play, win. How? No, 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 not correct, not correct, not correct. The first move is forced. You know the move. If you play any other move, it's a draw. Okay. You play anything, king f3 is coming. So first move is forced. And now black plays king. Perfect move. The reason is any other move it's a lost because you play king, simply it is winning. It is winning now. Now king will come. Now the king pawn endgame. Now suppose you defend, it is a king pawn endgame. I will play knight into take and it is sailing through. It is winning. King pawn endgame. So you cannot play king d5. Only move. King. Only move. Now what should you do? What should you do now? White king cannot move really easily. Is there any problem with playing Benoni with this move order d4 knight f6 c4 e6 and c3 and no, this move order is bad. Trying to play Benoni, then c4 e6 trying to play or not the best move order. If you want Benoni, the direct d4 knight f6 c4 c5 is the best. It is important to know that the move order is not the best move this way. Madhav chess says knight e5. Madhav chess knight e5. Knight f6. In the actual game, white played knight f6 and draw. In the actual game, he played this bad move and it became a draw. No progress now. Now you come, I will just play wait. I will wait near the pawn. The king is totally in zugzwang. And if you play some knight e5, pawn check is coming. So you have to be watchful. And again king f3 draw. No progress. No progress. Draw. No progress. So the correct move here, winning move here, it is that here king. The correct winning move, knight e5. Knight e5. No, knight e5. Knight e5 wins. It looks like it is not the best move because he can play pawn check. But king in. So king pawn and in. You take the pawn, it is a draw. No doubt it is a draw. I am not forced to take just king. King. You cannot take the pawn. Knight. You cannot take pawn will queen. And you try to exchange the pawn. I will maintain my pawn. I will maintain the pawn. That's all. It is now easy. So this is simple. Knight e5 and then king. Zugzwang. All right. All right. White to play. Can white save the game? Piece down. Can white draw the game? Okay, I will discuss Ramakrishna why the move order is not best for Benoni. I will discuss that. Virabhadra, Virabhadra says B4. No. Not correct. Madhav just says C3. It is white to play. How can white save the game? Okay, Ramakrishna, you can come later. Sure, I will. In the evening class, I will discuss. Welcome, Parth Kuntal Rawal. We will finish the adjourn game. Let me finish this night endings, then some middle game discussion, and we will finish this end the adjourn game. Yes, now is correct move. Madhav says a player should make only one move. He should not move second time. It's not correct because In tournament, we are given one chance. So you played c3 and so c4 is the correct move. Draw. c3, black will win the game. Black is winning. So you play c3, he will play knight. Now it is winning because one tempo. What is the difference here? One tempo, c3 and c4, direct c4. No, c4. So here b4. Naturally. Okay, you play kf3, then zugzwang. Suppose you play kc6. Suppose you play kc6, king of c4, zugzwang. The king can. So he makes move. These are related squares. These are related squares. Related squares. So he goes waiting. Now king. I should not go. Then it will be white to play after king c6. So he waits. Now knight. Knight. This. This move. This is the saving move. You try to stop, it is a stalemate. Now knight cannot move and king will oscillate now. The king will keep moving this moves. This moves. King here is a stalemate. This is the resource. Now if you play direct c3, you want tempo down. Direct c3, it is not correct. c3 is bad. Which was played in the actual game. White is woman grandmaster Anna Safranska. Anna Safranska from Russia played this natural looking move. This is a very natural human move, restricting the pawn. But a draw. I mean, the position now black wins. This is winning now. Because now you play, you will have a check. And now you come here, whatever, the pawn push is coming. This is winning. So, this is whatever you do, c3 lost. c4 was a draw. Okay. This is what happened. c3, knight b8. Okay. This is draw. Okay, lost. Anna Safranska. हो गया हमारा एंड गेम हो गया okay we have a choice now to play the add-on game or do some excellent middle game positions. I will go to the next one. Hello Samarthi, welcome. Okay, I will do the game in the evening session. Evening session will I will do the game. So let us continue with discussion of the middle game positions. This is a very famous game, and we all know the. Still, I thought it is a repetition is not bad. Now, in the center counter, the rook comes by h3 to rook e3. This is a very normal move, and we have seen this maneuver from the games of old master. For example, of Vasiko. Evgeny Vasiko also made this maneuver, rook h3, and in the Karas attack, in this center counter, the rook comes by h3. Good move. Now, rook e3. Now bishop b3 is bad, c5, c4 is coming. After bishop b3, c5, you are forced to take the pawn. c5 is coming. So we should play bishop to d3. Now c5 is bad, bishop check will come. No problem about it. So Anand traps the bishop. Knight into is not great. Knight into, pawn into, then queen into, bishop d2 check, queen into pawn, king f2 is winning. So it is just bad. Material down he will be. So he comes bishop. Now, good move, excellent move. Takes. Now rook under attack. Looks like that white has reached too much. He has stretched too much. Two pawn down, and exchange is going on. White is now two pawn down and losing exchange. Practically a piece down. Practically a piece down. So compensation. Rook on the seventh house. It is really good compensation. Lot of moves are there, but I am going to the main line. How should white play now? This is really a tough job. Hello, Vires. Hello, Devers. It is such a famous game. Most of you will must have seen that, but still, it's really lovely. What should you do now? One of the Anand's best games. I have selected three of Anand's game today. Three games of Vijay Anand. There are basically two type of players: positional player and attacking player, active style. So I would say number one, Tal, Kasparov, Anand, they Fisher, they are all in this category. Action all the time, activity, action, sharp. Positional maneuvering is second option for them. So here, how did Anand continue the game? A typical Tal move. Yes, I know this is a very famous game, so people must have remember H6. What is the point of H6? There is actually a mating net is coming. For example, the mating net comes suddenly. You will move the bishop. If you take the pawn, you now pawn into pawn, a target for the bishop. I want to target. Suppose you take pawn into pawn. Now he made a bad move, pawn into pawn, because it is looking natural. He should have played here knight into bishop into and queen, which is also better for white. Which is also better. Okay, he will pick up the piece. Two bishops against rook, definitely good in open position with black king very vulnerable. But in the game, he took the natural move pawn into pawn. This brings a target for the bishop. That means he can play now bishop here. Idea, you take it is a checkmate. You take one. No, 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 no. First you have to clear the line with the check and checkmate. What a diagram. So this is the point of tactical target giving the pawn. So in the game, he should have played queen e5. Anyway, white is clearly better. But he played this move and now bishop g6. Now it took knight coming. What else? Because now queen into queen is mate in three. One rook check, bishop checkmate. Mate in three. Okay, right? This is not working now. Rook into pawn, king here, bishop check is coming, and knight is not coming. Rook checkmate leading to mate. So only move to play here, knight. But then anyway winning. Queen into, it should win the game. Rook attack. So bishop will come back. Now the attack bishop will come back with completely dominating, and this bishop is trapped. One piece extra. So only move. And now this is overwhelming. Now bishop d2 is trapped. Beautiful game by Vijay Anand. So actually, we have seen such game from You know how Anand gets that idea rook s3 quickly. I am sure he has seen the past masters games. Ashiko game, I will show you that game maybe after this. So let us see next Anand game with Bologan. This is another masterpiece. In the year 98, 99, 2000, 2001, Anand was unstoppable. He was so fresh, finding attacking moves very quickly, combination very rapidly, calculation and fresh moves. Of course, he was dominating. Wherever he was going, he was winning tournament. Dominating. It was all Anand's years. 98 to 2000, maybe up to 2001. All Anand. And he got four Oscar awards during this period. Four Oscar awards. You know, all Oscar award is the most prestigious award globally. And I was finding the best games of Vijay Anand. Okay, all right. Okay, even though Veerabhadra you have seen, still this will be instructive. Now, what should you do now? Okay, Veerabhadra, you have seen the game, so let others comment. Fight to play and win. Yeah, so Veeresh says knight f6. The correct move. The correct move. Here, I think there is this is the move. Then knight f6. Anand, knight f6 will complicate matter to a great extent. Knight is correct. First, first knight is correct. Now take now. After the move, you are ready for the because now the rook is ready. Sorry, the rook is ready, knight is ready, and queen is ready. So it is time to attack. The bishop is also ready. The bishop is doing a good job. So this is the ideal situation, and then we go knight f6. The whole point is the concept. I liked it very much. The way white attacked with great imagination. Now the point is accepting the knight is losing right away. If you take it, I will take. Now rook will. This is the whole idea of Anand. Just move the king. This is the idea. Simply coming and finishing the game. Now you play pawn push or queen, no problem. Take. Now rook c3, whatever. Now mate is coming. All white needs is a king h1. Unstoppable. So you place rook, but then I will not allow the exchange. That's again the threat of king h1 or king h2 also. King. Now king h1 means it is not the best move. King. Queen check does not help. Queen check does not help winning the game. Four active pieces for attack. Now if you play rook here, the point is the bishop is overloaded to both the squares. So a knight fork will come and take the pawn and take the pawn and mate. So a tempo will come. Whatever you do, knight into pawn. Bishop is overloaded. Idea knight f7 and mate. Nothing is working. So what a game means the whole idea. I very much liked it that knight f6 move. Had seen this rook with a tricky king h1 and game over. Beautiful move. So you play nd4, rook coming and then attack and then sack. That means he cannot take the knight. So he played in the game rook e5. Pawn into knight is not working. Rook e5. Now again you bring the rook. Oh, I missed this move. I missed this move. I forgot about this. This is the point. Opening the line. Another great punch. Other move, if you play other h pawn is mate. H pawn is just mate. So you cannot play. It will play mate only. Knight into rook and queen into pawn and leading to mate. So you cannot do h pawn only move. Or what else? Pawn into knight also is lost. Suppose you take queen check, then queen check, only move mate on back rank. So you cannot do anything. Forced to play pawn into. But now is a tricky point. Open the line against the bishop. nd7. Mate. Bishop e7, queen f7 and mate. Bishop queen and entering. Knight into rook and queen f7 and mate. Mate. This is very difficult. I will tell you, it is not that easy to find the attack and finding a pawn push. All over the board, all over the board. And this move and this fantastic. All right. So we go to the next diagram of Anand. Actually, this is all annotated. I mean comments. No, no. Carlson, Nilsson कैसा आ गया भाई ये आनंद का है नहीं रखा आनंद आनंद का ये रखो ये रखो. This is annotated by Anand himself. Anand said this is on the fifth round and Kramnik was 4 out of 4. Kramnik was leading the table 4 and Anand and Topalov were 1 point behind. So to chase, one must beat, one must win to have any chance for the crown or first place. So Anand White played absolute brilliantly here. How should Anand play now? How did he play now? Apollo को बराबर लेसन दिया. क्या करोगे? क्या करोगे भाई? White to play. What is the strength of White? White's strength is number one, knight is in center and the rook is in the open line. Rook in open line, knight in center, bishop is controlling the diagonal, and queen is also active. So all and also the back rank is clear. Note that the king is also safe, the back rank is clear. So everything is perfect condition. The conditions are perfect, no weak point. The material is equal, but white has the move. So the initiative in the right direction. Vires, knight g5, correct. Correct. This is now the simple threat. He is preparing queen to f3 and queen d5 check. Now the threat is coming. And after queen f3, even the back rank. So, and h6 does not work. The point is, now h6, the mechanical. The player will try to drive a knight from the attack. So this fails to queen f3. Queen f3 is winning. Now, if you defend now this is, you cannot take, that is deadly. This is bad, very bad position. So, and if you defend knight b7, rook come. And there is a masterpiece of tactics. Now the natural rook d8 fails to queen b3 check. Queen b3 check. This is the deadly. You take thematic mating pattern, and you don't take, rook is lost. So h6 fails to this brilliant move. So h6 is not working because of queen f3 and then rook e8 and then queen b3 check. What a move. King cannot move, rook cannot take. So, array, एक minute, एक minute. So here he did not play h6. Topalo must have seen. He is a 2800 player. So he played knight here directly. Anyway, g4. Now queen f3 is pointless. Queen f3 is pointless. So g4. White to play and win. Go with the same thing. Knight e6. Now Topalo missed the best move. Of course, all this has been now in White's favor, but correct defense can still hold. According to Anand, the correct move was to play queen a7. You should not allow the rook to a7. The rook entry must be stopped. So the queen is attacked. So you can go to queen c8, queen b8. Human move is to attack. When you attack somebody, they attack. You attack me, I will attack you. That is the human tendency. But the calm, quiet queen b8 was correct move. According to Anand, it is not easy. Things are far from clear. Though white is better, but not winning. But instead of queen b8, the human move, attacking something to gain time. That is a bad move. After the queen c8, queen b8, according to Anand's analysis, it is not easy. Not easy. I will eliminate, and white is only marginally better. Plus equal. Or that pass pawn. So here, bad move. The fatal move. Now, d5. There is a big difference. Now rook is already entering. Finish. क्या मारा है? मारेगा तो black square, color complex. You take, it is a death wish. Now if black wants death wish, he can take it. And if you do not take it, it is lost. King g7 check, party finish. Finish. बिशप आ रहा है, क्वीन आ रहा है, सब कुछ. क्या मार रहा है, देखो मस्त मार रहा है. Now king has to go. If you go e8, then mate in 2, mate in 3 rather. Bishop g5, queen f5, queen e6 mate. Or it is anyway getting checkmated, losing the queen and getting mated. So very beautiful. And if you do not take the knight, there is no respect. अगर ये मारा नहीं मारेगा, suppose you take bishop into, then knight comes. Now 3-4 pieces in attack. Knight fork, then bishop coming. It is all over. Queen d4. So you cannot decline bishop d5. And if you play nd5, also does not work. This is plus minus. All black squares and horrible position. Fantastic game, and Anand capitalized it. Especially, I like the idea, this move. I like this move at 6. This is a pretty cute move. Where is that move? H6. Now take this. And now queen b3 check. I like that idea. A nice trick. Okay. So two more positions I want to discuss. ये बार बार ये आ रहा है. ब्लैक टू प्ले. मैं घुमा देता हूं. आई विल फ्लिप द बोर्ड. Hello, good morning, Paresh Kumar. How should black play now? Welcome, Devang Makwana. Grandmaster Jan Timman was a very strong player. Practically, he was the only non-Soviet player gave a threat to Soviet players. After Fischer, only Anand came and won the title. But before that, during that period, only Timman was the only player who was trying to give a tough fight to the Russians. Then Nigel Short came, but nobody could win the title till Anand appeared. Tirtha Saha, what a move! What a move, Tirtha Saha! Huh? Congratulations. Rook into full rook sack to open the line. Only move. Check. By rook ko bachao. Only move. King e7. Idea rook check. Idea. Now rook check. Death null. So the only move. Now here h3 is not good. h3 is not good. Idea. Now so he's saving the rook. The king wants to run it. You give a rook check. He wants to support the rook. Now rook check is picking up the rook. And here, if you play, suppose other moves, rook check, knight, queen, this is the point, centralizing the queen. Idea, now the rook is coming. Rook is coming. Now, if instead of h3, suppose you play king f2, rook c3 wins. This is the whole idea of queen centralization, giving way to the rook. This clears the path for the rook. Now, king here does not work, rook c3 is coming. Winning. एक piece और जाएगा. Now takes, king f3 is not possible, knight check. Now knight check, king cannot come, knight check and go down. I'll pick up and win easily. Easily winning. Exchange down but making attack. So you cannot play king, queen. The only move h3. h3. But then knight. Idea rook check is coming now. Go home. Finish. Discover check. Whatever it is lost. Whatever you do, it is lost. Whatever you do. Now rook g2 was the best of the but it was difficult. This is winning. It is lost anyway. Queen n2 is a mate. Queen n2 is a mate. King n2 will lose the queen. Rook into g2. You know, many times I will show one more interesting game, which along with Grandmaster Albert, I annotated for the chess informator my friend Mr. Jim Burke, James Burke, whole rucksack. So Grandmaster Albert and myself were the joint annotator. Now, objectively, not this. This is the more modern move now. This was the main line for a long time, but the current theory, knight coming, then b5, d5, and d5, all this thing, b7. Okay, take, and c3. This is the main line nowadays. Knight will come via c2, and white stands better. Okay, but in contemporary, this was the main line for a long time. So bishop into, and now f5. Center. Black is taking this ugly structure because he has bishop pair and pressure on the center. This is a new move at that time. Pawn attack, rook into, and now a rook sack. Like last game, a rook sack. Okay, actually it looks very funny because in the attack only the queen will join at the moment. At the moment, but see the depth of the sacrifice. This was a correspondence game. Normally, a player is given 1 day for analyzing the game. So you can sacrifice, and now after the move, check, and we have given a rook. That means if we get a piece, it will only exchange down. Beautifully played. Now opening the line for the bishop. Now after bishop come, you cannot defend. Now pawn will come. Then this will join. This will join. So once you come bishop c5 pawn push, white c8 bishop join. This is the whole point. Now knight into pawn fails to bishop check. So now that means we have given a rook, and if you get a knight, we are only exchange down. Now he does not care about the check. Suppose you give check, it is no great danger. The queen is in black square. ये बिशप का कोई टारगेट नहीं है. डिस्कवर चेक में कुछ नहीं होगा. Finish. At the moment, black is two rook down. लेकिन डिफेंस कहां से आए? ये तो नाइट गणपत हो गया. अभी किंग का बारी है. ये गया. दो रुक डाउन. डिस्कवर चेक में कुछ नहीं है. कुछ भी नहीं है. So you come here, this is lost. You lose the queen and the knight is trapped, plus mating attack continues. So ये नहीं चलता है. So that means knight d5 नहीं चलेगा. So he plays here in the game here. Suppose you play king f1, then queen check. I will not keep the king safe. Now it is not a good idea to push the pawn. Give a check. No. You give a check. Now he comes knight check. Or you play again the repetition. It will play this is bad again. So he comes king. The knight joins the attack. Now king runs away. No running away. There is no run. The whole point is now the bishop will join. Knight is watching the square. So you cannot bring queen. I have time to join the bishop now. Check. डालो बीच में knight e2 या b2. Now this bishop joins. That means only I will get exchange down with so much attack. Check. Now knight check. What else? You play king d3, pawn into check. You will bring another piece join the attack. Idea pawn f5. Idea pawn f5 check will come now. Knight into d5. Knight into d5 f5 check is killing. Game over. So you cannot play now. King cannot go to king. Now you pawn into no whatever you do is law. check, only king c3, queen in check, only move. You will get mated only. Now bishop d3, you will get mated after queen check, here bishop check. Fantastic. Pawn push. Then how do I finish this game, man? Exchange down is too much attack is coming. Pawn into pawn, RB8. Nothing he can defend. So a great attack. It was voted a best, one of the best novelty of that informator. For normally in those days they were giving award, the best novelty, the best game, 10 best games of the last 6 months, 10 best novelty of last 6 months. So this was included as one of the best novelty. Rook into F2 was one of the best novelty. Old move was Rook G8. After Rook G8, then this is white is good. But this novelty stopped this variation. Okay, whole Rook sack. Okay, all right, all right. Going to. I told you I'll show you game of Grandmaster Vasuko. Show you where he brings that man over Rook. Uh, Actually, Grandmaster Vasuko was very good. I mean, he was very active player, attacking, and he was good in end game also. He was opening area good. He was good in middle game, but he was taking lot of chance. I mean, risk also. So here, let me show Vasuko. अरे भाई वासिको है ही नहीं, क्या बात कर रहा है? VASIU वासिको. Mhm. Maybe it is in Keras attack. What might be having, it was Keras attack. Let me check. The maneuver is important. Uh, E4, C5, knight F3, and F6, H3, G6, G4. Maybe in this. The maneuver was rook coming to center. Yeah, this is not the best way. In opening itself, he comes. Yeah, I'm not getting it. No, I will leave it. I'm not getting that. Okay, forget it. I'm not getting that line. Leave it. So here, okay. So you have time now. I finished the whatever I wanted to show you. And as Ramakrishna says that we will play the game in the afternoon session. I think I'm winning the position. Probably I'm winning. And I took some time when the power failure was there. So it was power failure all over the South Bhopal. I think Bhopal. My game. This is the position adjourn. But I think black has a decisive advantage because the queen is very strongly placed, knight in center. So here I was calculating two variations, and when the power failure came. So I will discuss in the afternoon session. Probably black is very close to winning because black has a pawn and black has the move, and I mean there are some weaknesses in white camp. So we'll discuss this. Maybe, maybe I will discuss the game and we'll continue the game in the afternoon. So here, white played knight f3. I want the players should play Royal Lopez. You do not copy because at top level they are just tired of playing the opening theory. So opponent comes. So all the players should play Royal Lopez. I will give a course on Royal Lopez. I will discuss a syllabus, a course of playing Royal Lopez with white. Then you have got some 15-20 variations. One by one I will discuss. So you get nothing in bishop c4. Bishop b5 only I will discuss. Okay. Maybe I should discuss the variation from tomorrow onwards. Royal Lopez for white. Opening forum. My area, morning time in endgame arena, and afternoon some tactics and opening forum. So here, this move is not so dangerous. Knight f6 is more active. Knight f6. But this is the safest way. Somebody was telling to play Ivan's gambit. Ivan's gambit, black has little to fear. So here, you accept the gambit. c3, now bishop. Anand played this other move against Kasparov, which is not the best. The whole point is immediately white takes center with bishop here pinning the pawn. You can't do this. The pawn cannot capture. So suppose d4 you take, you castle. Now black should not be greedy. In open position, you need to complete development. Old games, some knight f6, some brilliant games will come, e5. So safest course. Now pawn into pawn or queen b3, pawn into pawn, d5. Destroy the center. Castle is just bad because of d5. After castle, I mean d5, this is too much. This is a terrible position. Now you have to go back only. And then d6. A pawn nail is choke ho jayega. The bishop will come and sit down. The bishop will come to f4, e3. This is a terrible position. So you have to play, destroy the center, d5. No, no, no. Now d5 is the only correct move. d5. Now knight into pawn. Now if you no rook check is possible. Now queen b3. This is the main line. Queen b3. And then you should now defend the knight. Okay. Now this is passive move. After this, white has initiated. The correct move, active move. Now everything is in control. Abhi, if you do not take, I am not going to give the pawn. Next move, I'll castle. Bishop here. So this does not work because of bishop. This is absolutely fine. Now when you come take, and now this is not going to work. No attack will come. Now queen takes pawn, knight coming, and the check c6. And wow, there is no attack. All this will go now. Evaporate, castle, simply castle. So ये bishop a3 नहीं चलता है. Bishop a3 will not work, my friends. तो उसको क्या करेगा? क्वीन इंटू pawn मारेगा. ये भी सेल्फ गोल है. ये भी सेल्फ गोल है. Suppose you play here queen into pawn. This is also not good move because he will play knight here. Huh? Knight, this knight here. Idea queen trap. इसके बारे में सोचो अभी. हाँ? सोचो. You play queen run a6 will come. अब इसका क्या होगा? क्या होगा इसका? गया. So you cannot take that pawn. That means knight coming here, then queen is getting trapped. That means you have to play some bishop into bishop. तो इसमें क्या होगा? तो रुक आ जाएगा बाबू. हाँ? क्वीन का क्या होगा? So you cannot do any danger. ओपनिंग में नहीं कर सकता है. ओपनिंग में ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. Nothing will happen with queen b3. Queen b3, bishop e6, everything is solved. Center is good, ready to castle. Neither you play bishop a3, bb4 is coming. So in the game, I remember one game in the Commonwealth Played in Bombay night 2004, I guess. 2004, Commonwealth, Mumbai, where Nigel shot was white and black was GM Abhijit Gupta. So in the position here instead of Castle, he played directly. The whole idea now knight cannot come. Knight cannot come. Bishop into knight. Now check is coming. That means you have to defend with the queen only. There is only move. So queen f6 also or queen e7. So maybe you should see that game. But there is nothing to fear about it. Short versus Gupta. So in that game, he played queen. Now bishop g5 coming, e5 coming. Maybe this is not the correct move. I mean, probably the opening surprise. Now Grandmaster Gupta was off the hook. Off the hook. Now BB6 was the safest course. After this, E5 will come. You cannot take that pawn, of course. That is too much. And now pawn into pawn. The white is getting small advantage. Small advantage. Center. But in the game he played this bad move and then he got a better game. Everything is correct. Now black has bishop pair and white is having better king. So bishop pair is good when your everything is safe. So bishop pair will not work now. Center. Fantastic position. Not defending greedily some DPD3 or E5, but fantastic position. So black white went on to win the game. However, against this line, I will tell you, suppose you play queen A3, direct queen B3, the opening, I will tell you the safest course. इवेंस गैमिट कोई खेल रहा था, मैं तो इवेंस गैमिट के लिए ये लाइन ही खेलने वाला था. एक मिनट बाबू. I will take you to Zeron Piquet, short Piquet, because Nigel Short was playing this short Piquet. So here the B5 is, I do not like this move. The safest course knight G is. According to the logical thing, you need to develop your pieces and castle quickly. So I am not suggesting in favor of pawn B5 castle. Now if you if E5 is not a great move. Okay, queen will come to F5, no problem. E5 is okay, not a great move. Should be all right. Counterplay. Now E4 pawn is hanging. So this is not easy. All right. Now I will tell you. One में है ना. So I was not afraid of Ivan's gambit. So and there are some players they give the pawn here. They give the pawn. It can come like this move order. Knight f3, knight c6. Then they play d4. You take the pawn. Then they play bishop c4. They can play in this move order also, or play after the bishop. This is not great because I will play now. Here bishop c5, simply defend the pawn. I will return the pawn at right time. Now you castle. I can play now knight f6. Now if I d5, this is not a dangerous position. Not a dangerous position. And you play pawn into, this is, sorry, you play pawn into, this is also not dangerous. Not dangerous. Rook check, B6, everything in control. Maybe I have discussed this line already. Already I have discussed this line. I'm sure I have discussed in my earlier lectures, but this is not dangerous also for black. So here in the game, suppose you play BC4, BC5, and now D4. I will just translate. No problem. Okay. So in the game here, he plays castle, knight f6, now D3. Maybe I would prefer here C3 here. No, this is a more flexible line because bishop can save, the knight can come, D4 is coming. So this is a more flexible line. I would play C3. If you want to play C3, then the move order is different way you should play. For example, if you want to your knight on C3, then you play this move order. Now D3 and now knight C6, knight C3, and now you play F4 plan. Maybe this is an interesting. Now if you play bishop C5, I will play F4 because D6 will block the bishop. So bishop C5, I will play F4. Now D6, I will play F5. So this has got a point now. Okay, but this is a point now. No knight G4 is coming, and now I restrict the bishop. Now this is not good move because in this case, white has ample compensation. Total grip on center, white squares. Now white is standing better. Now bishop G5 coming. Now queen D3 and long castle coming. This position is good for white. So here you want to play NC3, then this is the better move. But in the game you played something different. You played knight F3. Now knight C3 is not so nice. So because you have blocked the pawn. Castle. Now D6. I think this is more flexible line. You want to save the bishop, right? I don't want to because when the pawns are on D6, C7, E5, the bishop role is important in this kind of structure. So I will, if you play, I will exchange bishop for bishop, not giving for bishop or knight. This is I don't mind exchanging the bishop. That means C6 I save the bishop. So you played here in C3, I played here knight A5. I think you need to have some backup games. This whole variation position is not good for white. Not good for white. Why? I will show you the game. White is David. White is Victor Korchnoi. Black is David Bronstein. Victor Korchnoi played this without castle. So this is not a good position. And if I stop, so I will show you that game. Korchnoi versus Bronstein first. D3, NF6, NC3, D6, BG5. Now the point is the knight D5 is coming. This is the idea. Knight A5. This stopped the whole variation. I mean at top level. David Bronstein is the pioneer of this line. He gave a good lesson. For example, this is the game I am talking. A very important game that stops the plan. Once the bishop is not there, how can you attack? Now ND5. So I will take. Now C6. So you have to take the bishop. At least otherwise you have nothing. You retreat, you have nothing. So you have to take. Now why black has bishop pair and open G file and good center. This is a good center. Position is black better. Now bishop h4 or bishop h4 is nothing doing. Suppose you come, black can actually unpin queen coming to e6. Queen e7, queen e6 I can unpin and play f5. I don't have to do that. For example, I can play bishop here. Attack. You defend the pawn. Or you play queen coming here. It doesn't matter. The queen will come. Now you cannot take the pawn. The check is coming. That means now you play pawn push. And now I will play queen. And next, now when you defend, I have a choice to exchange the double pawn. And or I have got many others different choice to give some threat, whatever. So this position black is better. That is why he bishop and h4 doing nothing. So Victor Kostonov played here bishop e3. तो क्या होगा? Why I should take this and walk into the white sand, open the line? Why should I take this? So queen b6 threat. Now minus plus. Now किस किस को बचाते जाएगा तुम? Black square open करो. If you play b6 is bad, b3 is bad. So minus plus. रुक आएगा अभी. The game is open. Center is better. Clearly better for black. That is the reason ये जो setup itself is bad. ये जो bg5 nc3 whole setup is bad because of the move knight h. Now ये threat में दम नहीं है. हाँ? Okay. So I hope you understand this. So I was very quickly playing the opening move because I remembered while playing the game, I was remembering Korchnoi versus David Bronstein. So ये क्या है भाई? किधर गया अपना? नहीं ये इधर नहीं. I am in task 1 I guess. And तो ये जो है ये पोजीशन में कुछ नहीं रखा है. Nothing is there. Actually, it is better. Whatever you have played, now you should play Queen D3. This is better. Idea, I want to bring the rook to D1, putting pressure. So I even remember somebody told Queen D3 unpinning the knight. I mean, somebody recommended Queen D2, Queen D3. But in the game you played move A3. I don't why A3. Opening you only develop my friends. Bizu kai nahi. Only rule is development and center. Castle हो गया, development complete करो. Why move like A3? Why waste a move in the opening stage? Okay, this is not on priority. So Queen D3 was correct, but A3. Why A3? You trying to win, you develop your pieces, bring the rook to center. Somebody asked Tal, Sir, how you can attack so fast and so good? Tal said it is very simple. I just bring my castle, bring my rook to center and then sack. That means I am completing the development and controlling the center. And then I continue. So this is not completing development. So Queen D3 or RD1 is white better. Space. I would not say better. White is a comfortable game, but not a good move. I was happy. Another bad, I believe. Abhi, you are giving tension. Abhi, a player should try to win logical को. You must coordinate your pieces, bring the rooks. Center को छोड़ रहा है E4 pawn को. Actually, I thought of other lot of variations here. So one variation was to weaken the point by playing bishop. I want to weaken. There is no need, and this is not good move. In that case, you can even play C5 also sometime. So I just decided take that. I think counterplay. Now the point is you cannot play B3 that will lead a fracture on the king side. Okay, B3 knight and bishop F3. I was planning to play BF3. Okay, so now the point is there is a threat BF3 and on queen to C4. I think still you should not allow that queen coming to center. White squares are problem. Still I would say though it is passive, maybe this is interesting now. Still is far from easy for black. You should have played knight h4. Okay. Now bad move. And queen. I think black is better because one pawn and e4 pawn and center pawn. The one pawn and center pawn is going. Here I have got many plans, but I thought play the safer. When you are having an advantage, do not take risk. Because only black can win now. If I play something complication, then chances. There are ways to complicate matter here also, but I did not take any chance. Now this is the adjourned position, and I think we will continue this in the afternoon session. I believe black is clearly stronger. There are two variations in my mind, and I will discuss in the after the game. So I want to discuss that one course tomorrow, opening forum. Opening forum tomorrow onwards. I should start before E5. Now only Royal Office. Now here we have got two parts. We divide the theory into two parts. One A6 and another is without A6. Without A6, how many moves? There are 5 moves or 6 moves. For example, Bishop C5. This is called classical. Bishop C5. Why Bishop C5? That knight D5, knight D4 is called bards. It is bad. It is bad. This is a double pawn, better center. So to avoid this, I will show you this bards also. I will recommend Bishop C5 is better than bards. Preparing to exchange. Preparing to. This is second variation. Then third variation is to just a minute quickly. The third variation is to play here D6. This is Chinese and white is better. Third variation. So then I got here uh, knight f6. Fourth variation. This is the best. Without a6, Berlin is the best. So I will discuss this also. And also other line like in g7. This is a little passive but playable. So this is playable. The g6 variation. This is one. Then we got queen f6 also, and another bad variation. Bishop c5, queen f6. So whatever all these things I will discuss. f5 is another line. Suleiman defense. So I will discuss Royal Opus course. First I will go without a6. bb5. There are 6 lines. I will discuss one by one how to take advantage with white. And then I will go to a6. This is Murphy's defense. I will go to a6 main lines. So we will start. What is this? Maruf. Maruf क्या है? Maruf. Hello, Maruf. Hi. Can we take back to c3 and play c3 instead? That is another game. That is another game. We cannot go back some 10 moves. 12 moves I cannot go back. We can play another game, but you get nothing out of it. Okay. Okay, you get nothing, no advantage. Okay, friends. So I will see you back at 2:30 for the adjourn game, and we'll play some tactical puzzles, etc. And tomorrow I will start opening forum Royal Office. Apart from night pawn ending will continue and opening forum will continue. So सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care. Bye. See you at 2:30.